G'day, how are you? Oh wow, a few people here. Those comments just weren't there and then they were. G'day Anonymous, g'day Blake, g'day Ray, g'day Big Smo. I am sorry about the black screen, guys. Just having some technical difficulties. I can't figure out how to get my video to play. It's really just not my friend right now. For some reason, when I try to add the media, it puts the video in there but not on the screen. It's like scaled out in the top corner for some reason. Maybe what if I go full screen? There we go. Guys, I've been trying to battle this for the last 10 minutes and it's not been my friend. Bear with me, guys, bear with me. At least I've got the solution. Alright, there we are. It's round 1 of footy. See, I didn't know that. I told you guys I didn't want to clash with the footy season. Seems like first round I'm clashing with the footy season. How is everyone? Hope everyone's well. How's the way my hair's green? Does that mean the green screen's too close to me behind me? I think so, but I'm no green screen technician, so I couldn't actually tell you. Thursday night stream blues. Oh, Anonymous, are you trying to watch the footy as well? G'day, the fishing cartel. First round and first game. Lucky I lined that up perfectly. Because it's the first game, it's not that important, right? So you can stay here and watch this. What nights should I go live, guys? Maybe I'll change to like Tuesday night or something. But then I can't do Tuesdays because that's going to clash with the Perth Cichlid Society meetings. Who knows, who knows. G'day, Indoor Fishing Inside. The name of your channel is actually a video I wanted to make once. I'll talk about it in a sec. G'day, Fish Boy. The problem with the weekends is I'm such a busy bee. I'm always out motorbike riding and all that sort of jazz. That's why I cancelled the Sunday mornings. It was purely because of motorbike riding. Indoor fishing. I was actually going to get my flower horn culls and keep them and grow them to like 10 centimeters and throw them in a pond and like go fishing with a couple of mates with actual fishing rods and like catch the culls and like you do like a weight competition where the most weight wins. But I figured that it'd be a bit too much of a sensitive video to put on YouTube and I couldn't do a competition like that without filming it. So it's a lose-lose situation. How funny would it be? Like proper hooks and everything, and you're actually just fishing for flower horn culls. I got something in my teeth, guys. Don't mind me. Just cleaning my teeth on a live stream. No footy on a Wednesday, Anonymous. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. I hope I didn't miss anybody saying hi. I've done a naughty. I haven't shared the video out or anything. Let me just click this one here. A couple of buttons here and there, and we can get this shared out around town. I only got a subject for today's video. I'm open to suggestions. I kind of always like dreamed of like a lot more questions in the live streams, like proper heavy Q&A, but I guess I really need to get the channel a bit bigger and more traffic to fulfill my dream. Where are we going here? Somewhere good. So I'm getting sidetracked, guys. I'm looking at my memories on Facebook. Definitely not related to what I'm meant to be doing now. Let's just paste this here. I can't be bothered typing anything with it. I'm just gonna post it on AFK, but they might get angry. AFK, their link posting day is Friday, which always worked well for me because it meant Fridays I could post the link to my live streams. But today's Thursday. I'm still going to post a link and see if we get in trouble. Indoor fishing. Do I ever use filters for chloramine? Yes, I don't use any water conditioner on any of my tanks. I've got charcoal filters on my tap water, and I also age the water for about 20 hours. Just with an air stone. It's all automated, but it does age for 20 hours. And also the tank inside, that's just got charcoal filters, and that's on a drip system. But like the drip is that slow that even if it did put chlorine in it, it would be that minute that it would just evaporate out anyway. So yes, all the water that goes into my fish tanks is filtered. I never went. I was looking for AFK. I never found it. Is it gone, guys? Did I get blocked from AFK? Oh no, hang on. My search is wrong. No, it's right there, guys. Wow, they're up to 10,000 members. That's a solid effort. They're catching up to us, guys. No, it's not a competition. I've learned over time. Facebook, YouTube, all that jazz. If you treat something as a competition, you're gonna have a bad time. I can't even remember the name of my own page. Aquarium Enthusiast Australia. That's the one. If you're not an Aquarium Enthusiast Australia, jump on there. 27,000 members. That's insane. Imagine if I just got 10% of them to subscribe today. That would be 2.7 thousand subscribers. It'd be a good little bump. Have I ever bred discus? No, I haven't, but I know a little bit about it. First thing you need to do is try get your pH stable at 6 to 6.5, and like it's really tough to get it stable for that pH. One of the guys at my work used to breed discus, and he used to age the water in peat moss with CO2 in 200-litre tanks, and he would actually do his water changes, and he would actually age that water for 1 week. So like his water sat for a week before it went into the tank. It was quite a sophisticated setup. I think other than the water chemistry, discus are pretty much self-controlled parents. Controlled's the wrong word. Self-selfing parents. They look after the fry themselves and all that. G'day, Rosh. G'day, James. Yeah, James, I remember you. I try to remember most names as they come through. I generally remember if you've been on the live stream before or not. But I watched you on MD's channel the other day. Change water without ad. Anonymous. So I used to have a friend. His name was Dale. I won't say his last name on here, but I don't think anybody in this chat would know who I'm talking about. You might do. He used to have stingrays, like quite expensive stingrays. He had discus, he had angelfish, quite a bit, and he never ever used water conditioner. and used to swear Black and Blue no filters or water conditioner were needed, but it's just not something I would do it myself. Fish boy, I don't know if they will breed in a community tank. It's whether I don't think the parents will be able to defend the other fish off eating the babies. Discus, I think, is definitely a fish that you need to pair in a tank, but you might get 1 or 2 survivors here or there, but it might happen. So yeah, Anonymous, on that point, it's not about being, I'm not skeptical about it. I'm just more to the fact that like all you need is for like them to do a stronger dose of chloramine on 1 week or something, and you'll lose your fish. It's just not a risk I'd be willing to take. Indoor fishing inside, yes. So, well, technically I'm running a 2-stage filter. So I've got the 3 cartridges, but I replaced the last one with charcoal. So I've just got 1 particle and 2 charcoal. I can't remember what the last one was, but I replaced it with plain charcoal. So it's only 2-stage. Rosh, am I going to go for F2 with the Flowerhorn Cross Texas? I think if I went F2, I would go Flowerhorn Cross the F1. Does that make sense? So water down the Texas a bit. I don't know. I've got a 7 or 8 centimeter fader Flowerhorn girl, and I've got the Texas Cross Flowerhorn. I was low-key thinking about breeding the Texas Cross Flowerhorn male with the fader Flowerhorn female. So a few of you might be able to picture that in your head. They're basically just trying to get a fader Texas Cross. It would be cool to I basically just want a pearly fader Flowerhorn. That's what I'm going for there. It won't be like the red Texas hybrids you see. It'll have too much Flowerhorn in it by then. It'll be like somewhere between the red Texas hybrids and a fader Flowerhorn. Yeah, so Ryan makes a good point. It also depends on the water source, like what your shire or council puts in their water. Everywhere is different. I used to work at Melbourne Water, seeing what goes in the water first hand. Anonymous says nothing should live in the water. Yeah, I don't drink the water, so I don't expect my fish to drink it. James, no, I've never bred blood parrots. English, very good. But from what I've heard, they are basically the same as breeding Flowerhorns. So if you had a question, I can probably answer it. Oh, indoor fish, have you got to head out? Is that what you mean by got to get going? Not good. I'll see you later. Should I share this on any other pages, guys? I'm not very good at using Facebook on the computer. Can anybody else relate? Like, do you remember, I might be showing my age a little bit here, but do you remember like your social media was mainly on the computer and you would like just use like basically the messaging side of it on the phone, and then you would scroll on the computer? Now it's to the point where most of these apps, I hardly know how to use them on the computer. And I know how to use them better on the phone. Indoor fishing is on break. What do you do for work? Drop a comment if you get a chance. Share this on a few more pages. I feel bad not going live tomorrow night. People who don't catch the posts are going to be missing out. So I guess kind of try and flood Facebook a little bit. MSN Messenger was the bomb. Yeah. The those were the days. Hey, Ryan. What was that? I used to like play on an app called Habbo Hotel, I think it was called. And I used to like try get people's MSN Messenger links on Habbo Hotel to chat to them. Back in my 11-year-old pimping days. Alright, so James says, I'm having one red dragon, one gold base from when they were 1 year, both kept separate. If you ever remove the partition, the glass, they're fighting. You don't know why they're not pairing. Has the girl laid before, like by herself? I've actually got a video coming out this week talking about pairing flower horns. So basically the only thing I can say there is let the girl lay eggs by herself and get your mind familiar with watching her lay and like watching her prior to laying. So that way you know at what she looks like the day before laying and you can time it better in your eyes. And that way when she's about to lay and her tube drops, you'll be able to pick roughly like 12 to 24 hours before she lays. And then you try to take the divider out when she drops her tube all the way down, and you're familiar with that. And then you'll have a much better chance at success if you can learn how, like, to watch when the female is going to lay. Oh, there you go, Fishboy. DIY King has heaps of discus videos. I didn't know that. Oh, Moister's in town. How are ya? Matty D's here. G'day, Matty. What are you doing, Matty? Are you back home or are you fly out? Or was it just a one-off fly out? Oh, Chev, how are ya? If my memory serves me correctly, Chev said he wasn't going to be able to join the stream today because it's a Thursday, but maybe he's just snuck in for a minute. So the goldfish loop that's playing behind me, I actually only recorded that about 30 minutes ago, and that's why the stream was black when I started, because I hadn't actually uploaded it to the computer and I was trying to transfer it as I was about to go live. Nothing like a bit of last minute preparation, guys. I've actually got to mow my lawn after the live stream tonight. Hopefully the neighbours aren't too upset about me starting up the lawnmower at 6:30 at night. But it's just too hot during the day. Anybody else mowing their lawn that late? I don't even know if my lawnmower is going to make the run, but last week I went to mow the lawn and it broke down on the first. Like literally, I mowed like one strip and it broke down. I can actually. I even took a photo. Just got a random message from work. That can wait till later. What was I was going to show you the lawn. You might not be able to see it camera to camera. Oh, there's a green screen on. You're definitely not going to be able to see it. Oh well, guys. Just look at that. The fish are on the screen. You can actually see the line on the green screen. So on the left there, that one line is where I hit it with the roller mower. And the right, where it's darker, is where I hit it with the rotary mower. And I had the mowers set at the same height, but the rotary tears the lawn and the roller cuts it real nice, if you know. One of my supervisors just asked me if I can get a police clearance for a job, but I'm going to have a chat to him about that one. Sorry, I haven't been reading the comments. Rosh, no, the streams won't be on Thursdays from now on. They might be on Wednesdays from now on. I don't know. I've got to have a chat to a few other YouTubers, and I want to get their opinion as well and make a decision. But I think Wednesday might be the go. Well, tell me one thing. Better taking 2 fries, making them big for breeding, or directly take... So what I would do, I would take a male out, if you can pick one, and I would pump the male up and then leave the females in the community. And then once you've pumped the male up a bit, get a female that's smaller, because you want the female to be a lot smaller than the male. So you definitely want to try pump the male up first. So isolate a male, pump him up, then isolate the female, and then pump them up together. I hope you can make sense of that. Yeah, Moist, you're saying yours fight every time. I've actually got 3 pairs in the fish room that I can leave together, surprisingly. But it's not without risk. So my chain of thought is, if I think I can afford to lose one of the fish that are in the pair, I'll put them together. But if it's like a super valuable fish to me, I won't leave them together. Just depends how much the value of the fish is in my head. And it's not the value of money. It's the value of the future of my breeding projects. So like right now, my most valuable fish isn't my most expensive, if that makes sense. Must be a fish thing. Well, Blake, when it's 36 degrees every day, I don't think it's a fish thing mowing at 6:30 in Perth. I don't know what temperature it is there, but it's definitely not. Have you got floods at the moment? Chev's making an effort to drop in for a bit. I knew you'd be here at some stage, even if it was for a minute. Drive in, drive out, home every weekend. Is that like Boddington or something? Fish boy, do you mean you've got a gold spot pleco fighting a bristlenose? I really want to get some gold spot plecos, like 7 to 10 centimeters, and like just grow them out and then sell them at like 25 centimeters and use the money that I sold them for to buy all 10 centimeters again, and see if I can keep scaling up until the point where I've got one in every single tank. Be a pretty funny little project. Kind of like, the people that do the trade like upscaling trading, like try and do that with gold spot plecos. 27 tops, that'd be nice, Chev. That's almost motorbike riding weather. 25 max temperature is my maximum for motorbike riding, personally. Oh, no floods for Blake. I don't really know the East Coast very well. All I know is Western Australia, Adelaide, Northern Territory, and then East Coast. They're my 4 states in my head. If anybody else is West Australian, you've probably got a similar chain of thought. Fishy boy, 13 centimeters is about getting to breeding age. But if I had a boy that was 13 centimeters, I'd be looking for a girl that is 7 to 8 centimeters to breed with him, just for a bit of size comparison. I never breed big girls with boys. Well, in saying that, I have got a pair together at the moment that the male's 10 centimeters and the female's 9 centimeters. They are very close, but the reason I've got the small male with him is because the female is worth a lot to me. Not a lot of money, just a lot of value to me. Tell me if I've 4 inches flower horn male. What size female? 4-inch flower horn male. I would want a 2-inch flower horn female and grow them both a bit before breeding. Where do you live, fishy boy? Is the gold spot pleco I don't know. L001. Yep. Or it's got two numbers. I don't know. L022. But like, all right. So here's an example, guys. I'm not gonna. Bad example. If you can keep a secret, I don't know if I meant to share this, but the wholesalers used to have gold spot pleco. I'm talking like 8 or 9 years ago. You used to be able to get gold spot plecos on special at a wholesaler called AI, and they used to go for about $15 each, or maybe it was, I feel like it was $9, somewhere between $9 and $15. These days, a gold spot pleco at the wholesalers is somewhere around $30 to $40. So, it was quite a few years ago. I said to a shop owner, next time they're on special for that $9 each, I'll grab 10, and it never happened again. I've been waiting years, but I don't know. I think Ryan's watching. Surely he'll hook me up one day. New South Wales. Jump on a page called, I think it's called Flower Horn Markets. Let me find it. Yeah, Flower Horn Market. I'll copy and paste. It's a private group. Hopefully you can see it. Search Flower Horn Market on Facebook, and you'll find a breeder in New South Wales on there. Just ask. Oh, John, I get confused with pleco numbers, and then they change them all the time. Is it like the L144 that just changed like last year? Mind you, it's the same with Malawi cichlids. They've changed a couple of them over the years as well. I think it's to do with like DNA testing and stuff, and they realize that a fish isn't what it's labeled as. Trying to think of what other groups I could share the stream on, but I can't think of any. Anyway, good day, John. I don't think I said hello. Maybe. Just answering your questions, but not actually saying hello. It's a bit rude, isn't it? I think I missed Riley as well. Good day, if you're still here. Just having a bit of a scroll back through the comments. Ross, you got no one breeding flower horns close to you? Honestly, if you can find somebody local that is looking for a flower horn as well, and you can order two, I can do quite a cheap deal on two, and also you would only have to go halves in shipping, so it'd probably be around $60 each in shipping. I've got a few flower horns there. There's probably like 8 to 12 males that I'm thinking about selling quite cheap, and I would much rather them go to subscribers cheap than people I don't like. And by people I don't like, that's everyone who's not subscribed. No, I'm only joking, but yeah, I want to reward my subscribers, you know. Can you send me egg laying small flower horn? Where are you located, James? I mean, it is possible, but I generally don't sell girls. But if we can come to a deal, I can do that. I've got a girl there that laid 2 or 3 days ago that I don't actually really want for myself, so it is possible to be. Everyone's got a price, right? Fishy boy, nah, I don't have an online shop. I actually haven't been. Oh, sorry, James, I can't send overseas. G'day, Iad. Fishy boy, I don't have an online shop. I haven't really been selling fish just because I just can't be bothered. To do an online store, I need to set it up as a true business, whereas I'm just a hobbyist at the moment. So it's definitely on the cards. It's just, I know it's a lot of work that I don't have the time to do at the moment. You guys know I struggle to find time between work and YouTube and the hobby as it is. Running a store would just add another huge element to my life that I can't afford right now. I am kind of talking to somebody about listing my flower horns on their website and just me having to ship the fish, but they would, but it would be on their website and they would just get a cut, but it's just in talks at the moment. Yeah, I can ship fish to Sydney. The only thing is, like, shipping is like 100 to 120, 150. It's actually varying quite a lot at the moment with Corona. Between 120 and $150 to ship to Sydney. So, but if you can find somebody that's close to you that is willing to go halves in two fish, you can actually break that down to like $60 shipping each, and then you both get a fish. It's what I've done a lot of the times when I've bought fish from over east. I like try and get somebody else in on a joint deal. And also, if you're buying two males off me, I'd be willing to knock sort of like 30 to 40% off each fish as a total. Yeah, I know the town called Bathurst, only because of the racetrack. The only way I can get flower is order F1 from a pet store. Yeah, I wouldn't spend $250 on a flower horn from a pet store. You don't know the history, like unless, yeah, because when you buy flower horns, you want to do your research. One thing I will say: never ever buy a flower horn without seeing the parents. That's like the number one rule I would say for flower horns, because flower horn juveniles can look very similar but have extremely different qualities, you know. And the parents is a telltale sign of what you're buying. I guess the other thing is also like F1 flower horns can be risky to buy. Because like, yeah, just you'll notice like when I've sold a few of my F1s, I've really stuck to the rule of not selling them until they're like 10 to 12 centimeters. And the reason I'm waiting until they're so big and not selling them at 7 or 8 centimeters is because they are F1. I really want to make sure that they're decent before they leave my house. So basically just a quick short summary. Flower horns, what do you look for? Things like color and pearling is personal choice. I personally look for like good cock size in the parents. a short face. You don't want the jawline to be in front of the head. That's speaking for males. Obviously, females. So with females, can I draw on this screen? Nah, I don't know how. I'll add. Let's see if I can find an image. All right, so I got a picture here. Just shrink it down a bit so it's not so big. All right, so here's a female flower horn. Unfortunately, I lost this girl before I got to breed her. One thing to look for in the girls, or even juvenile boys, not so much of an issue. See how from the lips to the top of the head is pretty much a straight line. I wish I could draw on the picture to show you. You guys can't see my cursor either. So right above the eyes, you'll see there's a slight crease on the head, ever so slight. If a female has any more of a crease than that, and the lips push out forward, and you get like a triangle in the lips, that's a girl that I would stay away from. I look for from the top of the head to the lips for that to be a straight line and as short as possible. That's one of the main things I look for in the girls. You can't see the picture. You sure? I can see the picture. Let me open this on YouTube. Oh, I can see the picture. Yeah, and so another thing, nice full fins. I like short, not much of a tail gap between the fins. This girl is a bad example of that. I actually don't think I'll have a photo of a good example of that. Oh yeah. Here we go. All right, so here's Charles. This is a bit of a younger photo, not when he was fully grown. So you'll see how there's like minimal gap from between his fins. What's the top one? Petricola fin and his tail fin. When his tail was spread out, there's actually next to no gap in his tail, and I really love that about him. And I really love the trailing fins, like cruising back past the tail fin, but some people don't like that, so I think that's a bit of personal preference. I really like the square body. You don't want the body to be tapering to the tail. You want it to be kind of square and full. He's a bit of a short body. I like his shortness. Like it's like halfway between a parrot and a full-size body. I don't like short body or bonsai. I like that in between sort of thing. One thing I wasn't a huge fan of about Charles is he's lacking his script, but if you look closely, he has quite a good script. It's just the purling has overtaken it. One thing I don't like about my flower horns, being quite critical. I'm happy to criticize my own fish. is his face, and his cock has a huge brown patch through it. Like the head coverage is not there at all. And I really don't like that. And that's like my main goal moving forward. I'm actually going for F3 from Charles now, and my number one criticism that I'm going to look to change is the lack of head coverage. I'll get this picture. I'll get a better picture so you can see what I'm talking about. So see just that massive gap of brown in the middle of his cock. I don't like that. Ead says his local fish store has heaps of flat horns. So I will say one thing about the local fish store flower horns. If they're $10, just buy a couple and see how they grow up. Like, there's a 90% chance they would be crap, but the thing is that the overseas bloodlines are sort of flooding the market in Australia in the last 12 months, and I've actually seen some quality fish that are just small. They're too small for, like, they're smaller than I would sell as a private breeder. But what I'm saying is, I think like some of the overseas quality is slipping through the cracks from breeders and ending up in local fish stores. So there is the chance that there's a couple of diamonds in the rough. And like I said, if it's $10, grab it, put it in a tank, grow it out to 10 centimeters, and then make a decision from there whether you get rid of it or not. I miss Charles, I really do. Besides the head coverage, that was the only fault I had in him. And I've never had a fish as good as him, I don't reckon. The closest one I've had, I'll try to find a photo. Can't remember his name. I'll try to find it, but what can we talk about while I'm looking for it? So, basically what I'm getting at is I bred the F1s, and then my mate Zach bred the F2s, and one of the fish that he bred is a spitting image of Charles at its size. And I think this is... It's a bit of a blurry photo, but you guys will get the idea. I actually had to ship this fish out, and it hurt to fish it. It hurt to send it because it was just that close to Charles that I wish I could have kept him. And I've got a girl that looks like literally a female twin of Charles. I don't think I have a photo of her. Where did that photo just go? There it is. Alright, transition. Check that guy out. You can't tell me that is not a grandson of Charles. That's a granddad throwback if I've ever seen one. I made a mistake with Charles. I put him with a VHA female, and I was trying to get some F1 camphor, and he smashed, and the girl smashed him. What don't I like about Richard? I love Richard. The only thing that makes me hesitant to breed him is he's the complete opposite to Charles, which is the line that I want to chase, if that makes sense. I really want to breed him. I do have a plan for breeding Charles. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the members video, maybe, but I will be breeding Charles soon if I can. I've got a plan. There's like the fact that he's a vampire throwback. There's a certain style of fish from vampire that I want to try and create, but it's a bit of a members only story at the moment. Oh, Cichlid Aquarium Keeper, g'day, how are you? Just picked up a breeding pair of convicts. Oh, good luck with that. My convicts haven't bred yet, believe it or not. I'm actually really surprised, to be honest. I thought they would breed in the first week for sure. Yeah, says that I answered his question as he was typing. Yeah, it's pretty much just the fact that he's vampire throwback is the sole reason that I didn't really want to breed him, but it kind of depends how much space I've got. At the moment, there's two main lines I want to chase. Styles. And the vampire one is third on the list, but if I chase 3 lines, even if I have 3 grow outs for them, that's not enough. I kind of need like... Sorry, I got an itchy foot. I kind of... To create 3 lines, I need a lot more tanks than I've got. So that's the only reason that I'm not breeding Richard, is it's just not a priority. Oh, man, my foot. I lost a goldfish too, guys. I lost the red cap Aranda. I'm pretty devastated. He was the nicest goldfish in the tank, I reckon. Always the way, but I don't know whether I've salted up the tank. I don't know whether to give them a bit of tetracycline food. I don't know if there is actually an issue in there, but that red cap Aranda came out of like a 30-liter tank, so I think it might have been older than it was than it looked, yeah, it's bad time. It was just maybe had health issues or something. Do I think a 300-liter tank big enough to raise a batch of flowerhorn fry? Yes, but it depends how big the batch is. Say you got a batch of like 1,000 fry, I would definitely cull that down to maybe like 1 to 200 for a 300-liter tank, and then I'd be super critical even as they're getting to like 3 to 4 centimeters to really start thinning it out, because a 300-liter tank, even at like 6 centimeters, you don't want more than 20 in there, really. With the discus male and female, just kind of the length of the fins. The females will have more rounded fins, whereas the males will be a bit more pointy. And a lot of it's behavior. Like if you were to sit at the tank and watch them for half an hour, you would be able to pick male and female. If you've got tanks between 300 and 500 liters, Rosh, you can also split batches, or what I would do if you've got enough room. I would color batch down to 100 fish, and then if you've got room to grow another batch, cull the next batch down and like have 2 batches growing, because realistically if you breed a pair they're going to breed again in 2 weeks, so like give or take. So I would rather have 2 smaller batches 2 weeks apart than 1 batch split into 2, if that makes sense. Just like the males would be more trying to boss the tank around, and the females be a lot more passive. It's just one of those things. Like you can try and explain it, but over time, watching tanks, you'll learn. Like even so, with the goldfish behind me, right? I didn't know how to pick male or females, and I never Googled it, but I'm like fairly sure I can pick males and females just from their behavior. I have done Googling since, and I kind of know what shape to look for, but like the over this side, where'd he go? The panda more, he's a male, and I know that just from his behavior. Which I can't remember which other ones. Yeah, so the tricolor rancher, I really hope they grow out well. That where is he? That big rancher there, that's a male. He chases the girls around like no tomorrow. Yeah, so you're watching them now, Fishy. I'm guessing that you're kind of gathering what I'm saying as you watch the fish. By blue one, I'm guessing you mean blue discus. What's the date, guys? 18th. I had a bit of a panic then. I was like, am I meant to be doing a members raffle? But the members raffle's not for 2 weeks. Let's have a look at the calendar. April. So, it's going to be interesting. If I make the live streams on Wednesdays, the raffle's not going to be until April the 7th. But if I make I think I am going to make them Wednesdays. Be careful with a pair of DeBoise. DeBoise generally need to be in groups larger than 10. You might find that they just one kills the other. It's definitely not a fish that I recommend buying in groups of less than 10. The loop just reset. So that panda moor was actually swimming upside down the other day. These bloody goldfish, they're hard to keep alive. Pain in the bum. I might give him a feed of tetracycline. I was kind of avoiding it, but I don't know if it would help goldfish or not. It seems like a very expensive medication just for goldfish. Oh crap, they didn't say anything about that. I'm guessing maybe you picked him up at a pet store. Pretty much all, I wouldn't say all Tanganikans. All Tropheus, Petrochromis, and similar, they all need to be in groups. They say groups bigger than 10, but my personal experience, I would say groups of 20. Like, honestly, groups of 10, I've had self-destruct. I had, local fish store. I think that's really strange that they didn't tell you. Tropheus is one of those fish that generally fish stores will definitely recommend groups of 10 or more. Maddie wants me to get rid of the goldfish. Maybe I've got to at least breed them once before I get rid of them. Sorry, Maddie. I kind of want to do some goldfish grow outs over winter. I want to shut some tanks down in the shed, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Turns out one of the easiest fish to breed isn't breeding for me. Anyway, guys, I'm thinking about wrapping that one up there. I got to go mow my lawn. I'm not even joking. That's not like a metaphor for something else. I literally have to mow my lawn. I've actually got to order a new carby for it, which is awesome. I've got to order it from America, and the shipping costs more than the carby. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, depends what you've got them with. It might work for you. I have personally had a couple of individual Tropheus in a display tank with other Malawis, and they didn't kill each other. But it's not something I would recommend. But if you're doing it, you're doing it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I really am going to mow my lawn. Peace out, guys. Enjoy your night. Let me know what you think of the Wednesday night as well. Comment on a video or something.